Hey YouTube, Brian Van Dyne here. Wanted to do a quick little video showing my grandpa's weldanpower 150 AC power generator and AC arc welder. The serial number was A-909640. So, not 100% sure how to read that serial code and know what year this thing was made, but I'm guessing it was, I'm thinking 64 is, 1964 I'm thinking is when this thing was made. Not 100% sure though. So it has a Kohler motor in it. There's the faceplate, if you want to read that. Everything's probably backwards on you. Okay, it's got some pretty long leads. Some of the work I did to it was, in a previous video, we took off this flywheel and the magneto, and I put a new coil on there. 2 new coils. The first coil, I couldn't get it to work properly, but I don't think the coil was the problem. And then I bought a genuine Kohler coil and put that on. And when I bought it, I didn't realize it didn't have a spark plug wire on it. So I had to buy a spark plug wire from O'Reilly's and make it. So here's the extra spark plug stuff that it came with. I just bought it. It was like 20 bucks at O'Reilly's. And that turned out really good. Another thing that I did also was I replaced the fuel line and I added a fuel filter. Also checked the oil. I bought a new condenser. This is a condenser. And the points, I cleaned those with some sandpaper and reset them. Okay, I also added this ground wire right here, the kill switch. It had an old wire, but I took it off and I don't know what happened to it, so I added this one. Now, for getting this thing started, let me show you how this thing works. So right here, we have the choke, so we'll put that over into the choke position. Okay, and then what we'll do is, let me set you right here so you can see me pull start this thing. Okay, so we got our little pull start cable here. It's just a rope. This goes on here. This may take a few pulls to get it going because she's really cold. But I want to show you guys that it works because this thing is pretty cool. Oh yeah, also, this is the throttle. So we're going to give it a little bit of throttle too. Because I notice when it's cold, it likes to have a little bit of throttle. Okay, ooh, I can smell the gas. I can smell it. So, we're getting there. Alright, let's turn the choke off. I don't want to flood it. And I can smell it right now, so it's probably getting pretty close. I told you I had to give it a little throttle. As you can tell, she's loud and she does weld. So me and Grandpa got it running last night about 9 o'clock. he came over, wanted to get out of the house, so he came over and we tinkered with it, and then let me run it down to idle so you can hear me. Okay, so what we had found, the reason for no spark was the magnet was touching the three prongs on where the coil is slid onto. Because there's like 3 fingers and then the coil pack is on one. Anyways, the magnet was scraping that. And that's what was causing the no spark issue. So what I ended up doing was, I pulled the magnet off and I just slightly sanded behind where the magnet attached to the flywheel, and I bolted it right on, and that gave us the clearance we needed so it would stop scraping. One thing that I do have to adjust is when it is on high idle, the generator seems to be putting out a little too much voltage. I tested it and it was at about 128, 129, which seems a little high to me. So I'm probably gonna adjust the idle a little bit down when it's in the lockout position and see if that brings the voltage down a little bit. So I guess without further ado, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna weld something so you can see me weld with it. Do it right here. Right at the vise. Okay, so you can see I already got 2 weld beads on this. Go ahead and run a 3rd bead. That right on there. Put the ground right on there. Welding rod. This is kind of an interesting electrode holder. I've never really used one of these before. You twist this and then you can pull it out. So you put it in there and you just twist it and it cinches it down. So this is the weldanpower 150 AC welder. I'm going to crank her up the RPMs and then I'll show you how to weld it. welded that bead. Look at that. That's some 6011 right there. So, I think it's safe to say she's a welder, you know. She burns hot just like Grandpa said she would. So, you know, very happy to get this thing running and rolling. And I know Grandpa is going to be very, very happy when he hears that, you know, she runs. So to kill it, just pull this right here. That's the kill switch. So, I know when Grandpa gave it to me, he was, you know, this was when I needed a welder to weld that tailgate. And, for the new truck. And Grandpa was pretty sad when he found out that there was no spark. And, you know, he was like, oh man, Brian, I didn't mean to give you more junk, you know. And I said, no, Grandpa, don't even stress it. We're going to get this thing running, and it's going to be a good welder like you said it is, you know. And he's right, that thing welds hot, you know. Very, very happy with this welder, you know, and it's kind of like a family heirloom if you think about it. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus on that weld bead. There you go, right there, folks. That's a pretty good weld right there. So, that's some 6011. So, anyways, don't forget to pound that like button, pound that subscribe button. If you know how old this is, mention it down in the comments. The serial number on the Kohler is 9703685. And the model number is K241P. So, thanks for watching, and don't forget to pound that like button, pound that subscribe button, and share this on your social media. And you know, it's pretty cool and exciting when you get to see an old welder like this, you know, fire up. You know, the old machines like this where you don't have a normal retractable pull cord. You know, it's just one of the old styles. You wrap the cord around it and pull it, and then you got to wrap it again every single time. You know, and it's just cool to get these old machines rolling. And you know, definitely took an old man's wisdom to get this thing rolling. My grandpa was here helping me, and you know, we found it out together. We basically figured it out together, and you know, so love and cherish those moments, you know, when you have them. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.